Listen up for an 8 out of 10 Cat Does Countdown. So, on last, Noel Fielding, Stephen Mangan, Ray Ripley, the Brett Domino Trio, Susie Gitt, and Rachel Riley. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. Did you know, for example, a recent survey revealed people who speak more than one language are considered more attractive? Unless, of course, that language is Klingon. 98% of the atoms in your body are replaced every year. And if you're from Middlesbrough, what they're replaced with is the ingredients of a Greggs steak bake. And I am is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. It can be used in phrases such as, will I am is shit. Right, let's get started. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's Sean Locke. Sean has a reputation for being grumpy, but in my experience, that simply isn't the case. It doesn't matter if he's watching a kitten drown, listening to a child cry, or watching an earthquake on the news. There's sure to be a smile on Sean's face. And joining Sean tonight, Stephen Mangan. Stephen provided the voice for the Postman Pat movie. I saw it and was shocked. It involved more licking, stamping and stuffing big packages into tiny slots than any film since 50 Shades of Grey.
That's also a child's icon you've just besmirched with your filth.
You were the voice of Postman Pat?
Yeah.
Did you create a backstory for him or anything?
Yeah, because he was in a TV series before the film.
Stephen,
Yeah.
who did you take over from? Who was the voice in the telly show?
Well, a very unhappy man.
Yeah.
Clearly. Just wondering how he feels about it all.
Well, I look at it like Bond, really.
Yes,
You move
yeah.
on, there's different Bonds, no one gets upset.
There's different Pats.
There's different Pats.
Same.
Idris Elba's going to be the next Postman Pat.
OK. Up against them this evening, it's special guest team captain Noel Fielding. Noel's every girl's dream if what that girl is dreaming of is a 40-something goth crow. I do, you look like a clown that's gone bad.
I thought I'd just go a bit casual, you know, because I know you always go very neat, like you've been carved out of balsa wood.
The weird thing about you, Jim, is you always look like an accountant, which is so ironic.
OK, and Noel's teammate, Faye Ripley.
Yes.
Faye recently starred in a revival of 90s sitcom Cold Feet. Cold Feet is very much like James Nesbitt's hair. It was around in the 90s, it completely disappeared, and now it's back again. Faye, this is your first time on the show.
Yes,
You a
it
Countdown
is.
fan?
Yes, I'm a big fan. We watch it as a family, but I don't really actually do the game.
Right, so you just watch it and then you don't bother joining in?
Not really, no.
The other disadvantage will be, of course, you're with Noel.
How very dare you?
Yeah, we're going to do really well.
I am a well-beating dyslexic and a
Are you
number
a-
simpleton. I'm imagining I'll be amazing at this
Are you a
game,
real dyslexic?
as opposed to...
Do you mean, like, were his parents middle class or is he proper stupid?
pretend dyslexic.
But the numbers thing is good then if you're dyslexic, no?
No way.
Oh, wow.
No, you're pretty rock and roll, and Countdown isn't. How would you make this show kind of more kind of cool?
Don't know, the desks could be on fire or something. Different host. Probably wouldn't have the Riddler from Batman on it every week. Other than that, probably just... I'd have the audience facing the wrong way.
OK, Sean, if you were to compete in a beauty pageant, what would your talent be?
Well, they don't have them anymore, do they? Because they're a sort of sexist, antiquated form of television. And we don't take them seriously in this country, do we?
No.
But in some countries, like Venezuela, they're the national sport. Beauty pageants. That's like the national That's what they basically train
They take
for from
it
kids.
seriously
They
in
take it really seriously.
Brazil
For that
as well,
and
don't they?
kidnapping, yeah. But the one thing I would be good at, I would like to mix a beauty pageant with Crufts. You know that dog agility test they do, where they run through all those...
Oh, yeah.
All that goes through, like, the little tunnels, and round.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you go up a seesaw.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I'm really good at that. I've beaten a collie. You know, I'm rubbish at an assault course, but you put me on a dog agility test,
In a bikini.
I'm phenomenal. And I don't even need a treat at the end.
Oh, good. Stephen, you've spent some time in Hollywood recently. Did you ever get starstruck?
I do, yeah. Whenever you meet any of your heroes, it's always very exciting.
Who did you meet?
My worst encounter, because I'm normally quite shy. You know, when I meet people I revere, and I happened to be in New York at a screening that Robert De Niro was at. And I said, I'm going over. I love Robert De Niro. I'm going to go over. I girded my loins. I marched up to him, and I said, hello, I'm Robert De Niro. And he said, no, I'm Robert De Niro. That was pretty much it.
I've worked with Robert De Niro.
Oh, did you introduce yourself as Robert De Niro?
I didn't. I was a corpse in Frankenstein, and him and Branagh did a scene over my
Who?
body.
Branagh?
Kenneth.
Ah,
Ken.
look at you just dropping Branagh in.
And I was dead, and they did their scene, and then it went cut, and then he tapped me on my shoulder and went, how was that? And I asked for my notes, and I don't think he expected me to give them, but I did. Because I was basically a dead extra, and I went, well, I think you should maybe do it a bit slower and clearer, because I didn't really understand what you said. Anyway, I was cut from the film. And that is true.
Stephen, have you got a mascot?
I do have a mascot, yes. I have Mr. T. That's my mascot. Mr. T is the treasured, cuddly toy of my middle son, Frank, and he absolutely adores him, and Frank and Mr. T are inseparable.
When you say your middle son, is that, like, not your favourite but not your least favourite?
Yeah, basically. The two of them are never parted, and in order to get him out of the house, I had to nick him because Frank would freak out. In fact, what time is it now? Yeah, the panic will be setting in right about now, I think. But I wanted a mascot, so tough luck, Frank. The icy fingers of anxiety will be gripping his 6-year-old heart as we speak. But hey, he's not 5 anymore, he needs to grow up.
Faye, have you got a mascot?
Oh, well, I do. Look, when I get nervous and need calming down, I bake. And so I thought, you know, it's very therapeutic, baking. Do you bake? I bake when I'm angry, when I'm jealous. I bake sometimes when I'm maybe sexy. Feeling a bit sexy.
So what, you bake when you're angry and when you're sexy? So if your husband gets home and you're baking, he's like, this could go either way.
Yeah. But anyway, it relaxes me. So I thought, let's do it.
Oh, OK.
I'm feeling better already.
What are you making?
I'm making a cake. I'm making a cake. Sometimes you have to sort of improvise on your go.
I recognise that noise. I think my girlfriend's into baking.
A lot of us girls are. So anyway, I thought, look, you know, what the hell? Make a cake.
In a
Put it
microwave.
in at some point. At some point, I'm going to... There you go. It'll be fine. I'll let you know when it's ready.
Well, I look forward to seeing your cake later on. OK, Noel, have you got a mascot?
I've got a knitted mascot of myself. There you go.
Oh.
Woolen Noel.
Wow.
I know. A fan knitted this for me.
I mean, sorry, hold up the head. It's really good.
It's quite good. It's not really good.
Will that bring you luck, do you think?
I'm not sure. There's some weird features to this doll.
Go on, what else has
I'm
it
going to
got?
be honest with you. That's quite a weird thing. I know.
Did they... Is this...
Wow.
Did a fan genuinely make that?
Yeah, what, you think I made it myself?
The fella that made it... We met him. He's a nice bloke, is he?
Yeah, he's all right, yeah. The builder. You know, I liked it, and then I went, what's happening? Oh! Quite weird now. And I just threw it in the spare room, thought I'll never need to see that again until you phoned up and said you have to bring a mascot. And I went, yes. Woolen penis comes in at last. That put him face down, right?
OK, Sean, do you have a mascot?
Don't have a mascot as such, but as we all know, today is a very special day. It's, of course, National Bring Your Nephew to Work Day. So I brought my nephew in. So I'd like you to welcome my nephew.
Sean's nephew.
Seat for him there.
All right. Could you tell us a little bit about your nephew, Sean? What's his name?
Donny. There you are, Donny. Say wave, everyone. Lovely little fellow, isn't he? I used to bounce him on my knee. I remember that.
Whose child is Donny?
Oh, he's one of them. You know. Nobody really wants to claim him. I've got a few nephews, you know. I've got one of them's in the Kings of Leon. He's done very well, hasn't he? He's got a Vineyard and a Learjet. And you've got nothing, really, have you? No. I just thought it'd be good to bring him in to show him what a proper day's work's like. Because he's a lazy little twat. By the way, don't look him in the eye. Don't make eye contact with him. He'll stalk you. It's the only thing he's any good at. Stalking, and he's fucking good at it. Undetected on gravel. He could just glide across gravel. He can see through frosted glass. That's his main... He's very good with letters, because he has to do the little letters he sends.
OK. Sean's nephew, everyone. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's the Brett Domino Trio. The Brett Domino Trio have an incredibly dedicated following, by which I mean they're being monitored very closely by the police.
Should we respond or...?
Brett, could you talk us through the outfits? What was your inspiration this evening?
Well, it's my mum's idea, to be honest. Yeah. She watched the show last time we were on it, when we were just wearing these. She said it looked a bit visually underwhelming. So she just said, you need to make more of an impact. So I just nipped down my local Topman and picked these out.
You've still got the tag in that one. You've still got the tag.
Well, yeah, we got them like an hour ago.
Oh.
Don't take it off, you can return those.
Why would I want to?
OK. And with the Brett Domino Trios, of course, Susie Dent. Susie doesn't really enjoy being famous and goes to great lengths to avoid being recognised. For example, when she's in her car, she wears sunglasses and a hat, so the other doggers don't know it's her. Susie, we all like a good euphemism. Would you give us one?
I like Victorian euphemisms. So going to the loo, Victorian times, is going to the Spice Islands, which I quite like, or visiting Mistress Jones. And so I guess it was bodily functions, as you would imagine with Victorians.
My favourite one was the one you said on screen the other day about getting a haircut.
What was that one?
Going and getting your rug trimmed.
Yeah. I say these things. I don't realise what I'm saying, and then Rachel fills me in afterwards.
Does she? That sounds terrific fun. And in charge of the numbers is Rachel Riley. Rachel has a master's degree in maths from Oxford University. Frankly, using her for the maths on Countdown is like using the Large Hadron Collider as a water slide. Rachel, if you had to go into space with anyone on the show this evening, who would it be?
Well, I actually interviewed Tim Peake right before he went to space, and he said the thing about it is, because it's kind of claustrophobic and agoraphobic at the same time, it can send some people completely mental. So I think out of these people, I'd go for Sean, because he's already at that level.
Yeah, and I wouldn't get freaked out, because what's the big deal? I'd be like, oh, I'm in space. Yeah. Same shit, different view.
Good choice, Rachel. Well played. OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Pottery Wheel. OK, let's count down, everyone. Time for our first game. Sean and Stephen, you get the first pick of the letters.
Vowel, please, Rachel.
Thanks, Sean. I.
Consonant.
T.
Consonant, please.
B.
Vowel.
E.
Vowel.
A.
Consonant, please. In fact, another consonant and...
P.
A vowel.
E.
Another consonant.
And the last one, N.
And for the first time today, here's the countdown clock. Sean, how many?
No, you can't go to the toilet. I've got 7. 7.
OK, Stephen, what have you got?
2.
2. OK, and
I've
Noel?
got 6. I can't believe it.
You got 6. Faye, what
quite
have
I
you got?
thought we'd won on his 6. I had a bunch of 4s.
OK, Stephen, what was your 2?
B.
Faye, your 4?
Meat. Item.
OK, Noel, your 6?
Beaten.
Beaten.
That was good.
Good, it's a good 6, solid.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good as hell.
Sean, your 7.
Matinee.
Good work.
Well,
Really?
You got matinee, did you?
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, look.
Oh.
I got beaten and matinee.
I'm just interested. What was it your nephew said to you again during the?
He
During
wants
that
to go to the toilet. I told him, you know, wait till the interval. When there's a break, he can go to the toilet.
bit? OK, 7 points to Sean.
7 points.
OK, now the Brett Domino trio, Susie, could they have done any better?
Yep, you could have had ambient as well, but 7 was tops.
OK, so at the end of that, Sean and Stephen are in the lead with 7.
He's really good at this. You've just brought in a spot.
Just because I'm the only one who took the trouble and the effort to bring a nephew in.
So Sean, it's only just a super quick thing, just without looking at Donnie. I'd like you on the count of 3 to name Donnie's mum. It's just super simple. It's just for me.
He's adopted. You bastard! Why can't do? Sorry.
I will say this for Donnie, he's quite a heavy breather, isn't he?
OK, on to our first numbers round. OK, Noel, Faye, you get the first pick of the numbers.
2 big ones, 4 small ones, please.
4 little ones.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do this now.
You can do it. Right, little ones. You've got 3, 5,
Oh,
6,
God.
and
Write
8.
them down now.
Oh,
Just
no.
a little tip.
And the big one's 50 and 75. And the target, 534.
OK, so your target is 534 and your time starts now.
We're hoping to get down there at Christmas. But I'm going to come on Boxing Day because Gladys has... she's got... Oh, sorry, you finished.
What's going on? What was Donnie saying?
We were just chatting about next Christmas. Because I did it, and I just had a little chat with him. He's feeling a bit lonely, because you had a go at him.
OK, Sean, did you get it?
Yeah.
Stephen, did you get it?
Not on the dot, no.
How close did you get?
I got 539.
OK, Noel, did you get it?
No.
No, what did you say while it was happening?
That music's not helping. Nor is the fact that he's having a conversation with his nephew really loud. He's trying to concentrate. Look at you, like the Proclaimers.
That's it. Family. Thank you. Like a family resemblance. Family resemblance, yeah.
You two do look a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're related, Jimmy. We're bloody related. It's my nephew.
Faye, did you get it?
I got 531, I think.
531, so just
Count,
threw
does it?
away.
But I'm pleased with it.
I'm glad that you're thrilled.
I'm your guest. You should be glad.
Normally people are glad when they get it right,
Yes.
not when they're a few away.
Right.
But I like the fact you...
No, this is a good start.
It's exactly.
Don't undermine
Shows
us.
promise.
OK, Sean,
Thank
how did you do it?
Oh, we get 5. You take 3 away. He leaves with 2, doesn't it, Rachel?
Yep.
Then you take that 2 off the 75. What have you got, Rachel?
73, Sean.
Yes. Well, what would you do with that? I would times it by 8.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, they come... No way! There's no way that
What's that? What does that leave, Rachel?
You're 50 away, Sean.
There's 50. Yeah, only 50 away. Oh, we've got a 50. Why don't you take it off?
bullshit.
It's like the best one.
Sometimes you can just see it. It just...
Who is he?
Donny! Look, if you've got a problem with my nephew...
I have a little bit. I'm imagining if I saw a picture of you two in the paper and it said paedophile and victim, I wouldn't know which was which.
Look, Donny, why don't you go and get yourself some crisps? God, they don't trust you, Donny. Sorry about these people. They're cynical. They've worked in television a long time. So, thanks for coming on. I'll see you later. Just stay in my dressing room. Donny, my nephew. Lovely lad.
OK, so at the end of that, Noel and Faye have no points. Sean and Stephen have 17. And here is your teaser. The words are neon piss. The clue is my grandma gets it once a week. That's neon piss. My grandma gets it once a week. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the tease. The words were neon piss. The clue was my grandma gets it once a week. It was, of course, pensions. So, Sean and Stephen are in the lead. Faye, how's the cake coming along?
Hang on. Hello. I think we're ready. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Really good.
There we go.
Go on, Faye, well, what kind of cake is it?
It's just a classic Victoria sponge in the middle. It's just something I knocked up there, just to put me at ease.
Can we try some of the cake that you just made?
All right, let's see. I forgot that I put a ribbon on it. Hang on.
Yeah, maybe that was already in the microwave.
Look at that. As I said, a Victoria sponge.
Do not throw it in my face. It's all about the presentation. Oh.
Good?
Yeah.
Coke heals everything.
Moist?
Yeah, I'm liking it. That's delicious.
There's a lot of Rohypnol in that cake, Jimmy.
Did Susie put you up to this? Not again, Susie, not again.
You're going to wake up with your strings in a tangle.
OK, they've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Sean and Noel. So Sean will win. Noel, your turn to choose the letters.
We'll have a vowel first.
Oh.
Quick, write them down then. Another
This is
vowel.
just... She's not playing. It's you versus Sean on this.
Oh, it's just
head to
me and
head.
you. Me and the Riddler. Okay.
You versus the Riddler, yeah.
I'll just freak him out. Let's have all vowels. Vowel.
Oh.
It's going to be hard not to just say vowel every time.
Come on, now.
Vowel.
E.
Go on then, consonant.
Z.
Ooh. Ooh. Got another one. That's no use,
L.
man. Oh, dear. Vowel.
I.
Consonant.
P. Consonant. R.
That is the worst selection of letters we've ever had. And your time starts now.
This is amazing.
Noel, what have you got? How many?
Oh, God, it's so... That was hard. 4, that's rubbish.
4. OK. Sean, how did you do?
5.
Noel, what was your word?
Paul.
What was your 5?
Prole.
Prole. Susie's
A
nodding with
member
confidence.
of the proletariat.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Well, 5 points to Sean.
Yeah.
I had Pua.
No Pua.
Lupa.
Wow.
Lupia.
Yeah, exactly. You could get that for 7.
So the Brett Domino trio, Susie Dent, was Lupia the best?
Lupia was the
Lupia was
best
the
we
best
had,
one.
yeah, for 7.
OK, so at the end of that, Noel and Faye have no points. Sean and Stephen have 22. Right, now time for Stephen and Faye to go head-to-head. Stephen, your turn to pick the numbers.
Yes, I'll go 2 big and the rest small, please.
Thank you, Stephen. 2 large, 4 little again. And this time, your numbers are 3, 9, 1, another 9, 150, and the target 727.
OK, your time starts now. Stephen, did you get it?
Nope.
Faye, did you get it?
I'm 2 off.
You're two off. So, Faye, tell us how you did it.
I'm 1 off, I think.
What did you get?
7, 2, 4.
And you think that's 1 away from 727? How did you get 724? Just talk us
Let's
through
do that. 100 times 9.
100 times 9, 900.
Minus 3 times 50, which is 150,
Yeah,
which makes 750.
it does.
Minus 27, which I got, which was 3 times 9.
How many times are you using that 3? As many as you want, yeah?
I can see what's happened here. I got to
No.
750.
You might as well take the 9 off now you're there.
Yeah, while I'm there, I'll
And the
take the
1.
9 and the 1
I
off.
got closer than
That's
750.
the 10. Oh, did you?
Yeah. You said you were 1 off.
I was when there was 2 3s.
Rachel, what have you done?
I only got to 1 away.
What? You didn't get it?
No.
But it's your only job. It's your only job, Rachel. That's a disgrace.
Donny!
I'm going to do some homework for a bit and I'll come back. This is what we do on Real Countdown.
What, you cheat?
No, you go, I'll sit with it and I'll torture myself until I've got it.
I think it's back to the dancing for Rachel.
Just a disgrace. OK, so Noel and Faye have no points. Sean and Stephen have 22. OK, time to go across now to Victory Corner. Brett Domino Trio, what have you got for us?
Last time we were on the show, we did a song where we tried to include as many 9-letter words as we could. Went down.
Storm.
Very well received. So we thought we'd try and repeat that success, but this time I'm going to write a song that is using exclusively 3-letter words.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Tell you what, I'll put the lyrics up on there, then you can see how many letters they've got.
Right.
They've all got 3. She had one job. She owned the old dog. the pub. But not now, she not. Why? 'Cause she too hot. She fit. I've got one job, too. It's not too bad. But bin men get sad. Anyone can see she the one for me. But how can one ask her out? All I can say is, did you put the bin out for the bin guy? It's all I ask. Did you put the bin out for the bin guy? It's all bin men ask. It's bin day. Did you put the bin out? Please say yes. Yes, you put the bin out. All I could ask her. Did she put her bin out for the bin guy?
The Bread Domino Trio, everyone.
I was wondering if I could try to keep my job.
Yeah, so 727, could it be done?
Yes, it could be done, yeah. If you say 9 minus 1 is 8, times 50 is 400, and then 100 plus the other 909 times 3, 327, and add them together.
Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley, come on. The scores at the moment, Noel and Faye have no points. Sean and Stephen have 22. And here is your teaser. The words are I love sack, and the clue is, and I'm not afraid to say it. That's I love sack, and I'm not afraid to say it. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were I love sack. The clue was, and I'm not afraid to say it, it was, of course, vocalise. OK, before we get on with the game, a bonus round. Tonight we've got two of the country's finest comedic actors with us, so we're going to test everyone's acting ability. I'm going to get both teams to perform a scene from a blockbuster movie. Best acting gets the points, OK? Noel and Faye, you go first. I've got scripts for you there, and I've got some props for you. You're going to be performing a scene from Twilight. Faye, you're going to be Bella, and Noel, you're going to be Edward.
OK. Are these for me?
Yeah, you'll need those.
OK. How's that?
Or you could do Deirdre from Corrie if you'd rather.
OK, here's a script.
OK. OK, and take it away, Edward and Bella.
You're impossibly fast and strong. Your skin is pale white and ice cold. You never eat or drink anything. You don't go into the sunlight. How old are you?
17.
I know what you are.
Say it. Out loud. Say it.
Vampire.
Are you afraid?
No.
Not even of Jimmy? Actually, because you believe only the lies, the camouflage. Camouflage is virtually impossible. Bella, everything about me invites you in. My voice, my face, my smell. I'm designed to kill.
I don't care. I trust you.
Don't.
Bella and Edward, everyone. Wow. OK, Sean and Stephen, you're going to be doing a scene from Diamonds Are Forever. Sean, you'll be playing James Bond, of course. And Stephen, you'll be playing the Bond girl. There are some scripts and some props for you.
That's probably for you.
OK, so with the scene from Diamonds Are Forever, take it away.
Hi. I'm Plenty.
Well, of course you are.
Plenty O'Toole.
Named after your father, perhaps?
Would you like some help? On the craps, I mean.
That's very kind of you. I'll take the full odds on the 10 and 200 on the hard way.
Say, you've played this game before. What accent am I doing? You played this game before. I went to RADA. Say, you played this game before.
Just once.
You handle those cubes like a monkey handles coconuts. You know something? You're a terrific guy. A little weird, but a terrific guy. Say, why don't we go someplace and have a drink?
A drink?
Sean Stephen there. I like the way you took off that wig like it was me all along. OK, so at the end of the acting challenge, I tell you the points go to Noel and Faye.
Well done. Thank you. That's still really good.
And there were 22 points on offer there, so you're now level. Let's kick on with the game. OK, Sean and Stephen, your turn to choose the letters.
Whoa.
22? How can they have 22
Look at that.
points?
The acting challenge was 22 points.
No, it's not.
The Riddler's fuming. Look at him.
Well, they forgot to bring their nephew, was it? So, well, if you wouldn't mind picking the letters, please, gentlemen.
Vowel. Consonant, vowel. Consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant.
A-N. US.
Vowel, please.
A.
Consonant, please.
N.
Come on.
Consonant. Consonant.
S.
Oh, God. Vowel.
E. There you go.
Anus and C. OK, and your time starts now. OK, Sean, how many?
5.
5. Stephen?
6.
No.
5.
Faye?
5.
Faye, you're slightly depressing, 5.
Sudan.
Can we have countries?
No. Capitalised, I'm afraid.
No, you're 5.
Sands. It's up there already, look. Just say what you see, Jimmy.
OK, Sean, you're 5.
Anuses.
Well, you said 5, but I think you meant 6. Stephen, what have you got?
I got saunas.
Yeah.
Well, 6 points to Stephen. Could they have done any better than anuses?
They could, yes.
Oh.
You could have had Sundays, as in ice cream.
Sundays. OK. The scores at the moment, Noel and Faye have 22, Sean and Stephen have 28. OK, time to go across now to Dictionary Corner and the Brett Domino Trio. What have you got for us?
I'm a hit maker by trade. As you probably know, I make pop music. So we'd like to do a bit of a song, inspired by someone in this room, so just gonna go and sing it. That's all right, just over there.
I'll stay here. I'll stay here.
You stay and play the keyboard, yeah.
Oh.
Just gonna take my jacket off.
It's like a full charisma bypass, isn't it?
Cue the music. Listen. Mathematics ain't my strong point, but I can see that you're a straight 10. Yeah, sure you may have Orderman, but these others, I'm bored of them, except for maybe Susie Den. Let's do some sexy arithmetic, no doubt that I'm being euphemistic. It's you plus me, yeah, here's an equation. Baby, I'm no good with numbers, yeah, I just want yours. Look it like Pythagoras. Are you hungry? I'm ravenous. I can make you feel fabulous. Yeah, I'm no good with numbers and I just want yours.
The Brett Domino Trio, everyone. And here is your final teaser. The words are butt rise. The clue is I'm incredibly moved. That's butt rise. I'm incredibly moved. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser, the words were butt rise. The clue was I'm incredibly moved. It was, of course, tributes. OK, time for our final letters game. Noel and Faye, your turn to use the letters.
OK, let's have some vowels.
Thank you, Fake. I.
OK, keep going.
E.
Yeah, keep going.
O.
And one more.
A.
And now do the other ones.
X.
Yeah.
L.
Next.
L. Oh,
G.
yeah, more of them.
T.
I think another consonant at the
And
end.
R.
OK, and your time starts now. Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, no! I always do this. I'm just... It's typical me. I bloody love balloons. I get carried away. Sean, how many?
7.
7. Stephen, how'd you do?
A risky 8.
A risky 8. I'm loving
Wow.
it. Noel, how did you do?
I got a 5. Sorry. Oh my God! What are you
Just... Faye, how many did you get?
A risky 4.
A risky 4. Well, let's hear your 4.
Lego.
Lego is risky, isn't that a trademark?
Trademark, yeah.
Look at Susie's disappointed face. Noel, your 5.
Great.
Sean, your 7.
Gloater.
Very good.
And Stephen, your risky 8.
Gloatia.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
That's all right, don't worry. They're going to just put in a fake acting round in a minute and make us lose, so...
Right, 7 points to Sean and Stephen. The trick to this is a slow descent, so I'll get rid of the first lot and then I'll just slowly come down. Oh, hang on. Shit, I'm covered in balloons. The Brett Domino Trio, could they have done any better?
No, they couldn't have got any better. They could have had the word legator.
These rumours about you trying to attract kids. They'll be unfounded, aren't they?
It's just a lot of talk, Sean. It's just a lot of talk. OK, so Noel and Faye have 22, Sean and Stephen have 35.
Oh, Johnny! Johnny! Just wanted to check. I'll meet you. Come and sit. I'll just tell you where I'm going to meet you. I'll meet you in the car park afterwards. It's the blue car, so I'll meet you. Might as well just sit there.
So he's sitting there for the conundrum, is he?
Yeah, maybe.
Can you make this any harder for us? We're shit at this. I'm dyslexic. He went to RADA. They've got a fucking ringer in.
No, you're a nephew.
Surely, you sticking to the story, he's your nephew.
Yeah.
Has your nephew ever been on Countdown before?
Yes, were you the champion?
I was champion in 2014.
Of course.
Jimmy.
It's only Mark
Murray.
Murray. Thank you very much, Mark.
Sean, I just spotted my niece. Is it all right if my niece helps?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Great, OK. She's wearing a black dress. She just...
Make sure you can join Noel's team.
Thank you, Uncle Noel.
Oh, nice.
OK, fingers on buzzers. It's time for today's Countdown Conundrum. Your time starts now.
Whisper it, whisper it. Postponed.
Oh, is that us?
Postponed.
Postponed. Postponed.
Postponed. Postponed.
Parents postponed.
It's Mark Jackson. I thought you said postponed. Postponed.
It is.
Well, let's have a look and see, shall we? Yes, it is postponed. So the final scores are Noel and Faye have 22 points, but tonight's winners, with help and 45 points,
Well, not
Sean
really.
and Stephen. OK, congratulations. Sean and Stephen, you're now the proud owner of this, the Countdown Pottery Wheel. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
A legend in a legend, Alan Carr at the Hammersmith Apollo from his Yap 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 tour next up tonight. Now tomorrow Live Darts continues. Who is going to finish it? The women's final as Corinne Hammond versus Lisa Ashton, and the men's semis. Join us from 2.